So today, by viewer request, we are checking out the ported version of Conquer Online. And wow, that is a big name drop. If you have been an MMO fan since the early 2000s, chances are you've checked this game out. And if you've played it, you remember this game. And as I said, it is released in the early 2000s. It was released on November 14th of 2004. And this game is developed by TQ Digital Entertainment. So I was a big MMO fan. I played in the early 2000s. I did play this game, but for some reason I don't have a strong memory of it. And I can't really tell you by experience if it was good or not. Kind of forgot. So I am myself excited to check into this game because this game does not look like it's changed much from its desktop times. And again, this game was released way back over a decade ago, and it looks like shit. Like 2004, this game looked awesome, and it was just a brilliant design for its time. And this, as you can see, the graphics sort of cater more to Western audiences, but it translated very nicely here in the East, and a lot of people enjoyed it because it was a good alternative to World of Warcraft. And most people who didn't stick around to get their souls sucked out of their body by World of Warcraft said they didn't play it because the graphics were catered more to children, and so was the PvP, and it was too simple and too cartoony. Well, this game sort of took that and flipped it and cut the bottom half off and just built up this martial arts PvP game. And that's essentially how they advertise it. It was just a PvP game. Play these martial artists and a pirate. I don't really know how a pirate can translate into martial arts, but alas, maybe if you want to play a pirate, goddamn, they have a pirate for you to play. And there's a lot of classes in the game. I think there's 13 in total, and they're cool. I myself am playing a Taoist and having a lot of fun. And again, this game is very big on PvP, so that's pretty much what people play this at. And if you were looking for a PvP game, I would check this game out. And even though the game is old, the style and the gameplay is just kind of immortalized and timeless. So I would recommend checking it out just from my first impressions of playing it on desktop way many years ago. Whereas nowadays in 2017, if you were to think that this was a brand new game they're trying to sell to you, you probably wouldn't even touch it. You looked at this game and the specs that we have nowadays on computers, you would think, why am I wasting time not using the capacity of my graphics cards or my engine? So this game does translate very nicely over to mobile, and it's just exciting that they took this old desktop game and brought it to us on mobile. So now going into the controls of the game's handle on mobile is a little lacking, and where a lot of the mobile's capacity when it comes to games like this and action games is being able to utilize tapping in its controls. As you can see right there, you slide to cast the skill. There are no cursors in this game indicating where you're casting, who you're casting it on. There's no highlighting, and it's hard to keep up with. Especially as a magic user, I don't get to see where my abilities are going. And also, I don't even know if I'm locking onto an enemy, and I'm getting a little lost with the controls. And that's probably something that most people won't stick around to learn because it's hard to be consistent with your spell casting and your maneuvering when you can't really see where anything's going. I get a spell later on where I do an AoE, and I try to kill enemies in front of me like the upper left side of my screen, so I'll swipe my finger over there, like a half inch. And I think that's what I'm doing, but everybody behind me dies, and I try to aim for everybody in front of me. And sometimes even when I try to do that, I kill everything around me if I'm really lucky. So I just don't have any consistency when it comes to ability casting. So the controls here seem a little wonky at first, and I hope that I can get adjusted to it. But that is basically what you have to look forward to with the controls, is everything is tap, and then you slide to use an ability. It's a little hard to get into. The questing in this game, of course, is identical to its desktop version, and it's just fetch quests. And the game is very grindy, so if you're expecting the PvE to be very smooth sailing, you probably will find this game a little tedious, and you will lose interest in this game very quickly. I would aim to play this game as PvP because the PvE will let you down, so don't be expecting good elements coming from there. Because although it has been ported, there have not been any enhancements made towards the gameplay and the questing system. Early in the game, I'm noticing no signs of VIP system or the traditional model for pay to win being thrown in my face, which is very relieving. There's no top up events, there's no package deals, and it starts to seem like normal pop up advertisements. Then it really gets annoying. So that's good. And this game doesn't seem like it focuses too much on trying to squeeze money out of you. There's no gacha in this game, and the original version did have a marketplace and a store. And on the bottom right of the screen, the diamond, I'm sure that's where you go to look up the store and spend. But I don't think that this game got afflicted with the mobile pay to win model curse that is many games being released today. And especially being a port, it seemed like it handled it very well. So that is relieving. So now the game is just now getting adjusted to mobile, and I really hope that the developers sustain this game with content and bug fixes and just fixing the gameplay overall. It's a little hard to get into, but if you are looking forward to a PvP game, I would highly recommend this game. And for those who are returning, you're just going to be playing a mobile version of it, so just take it how you want. I can't really say if it's exactly what you're going to look for, but all in all, a very fun game overall, and I think I'm going to be playing it for a good while. And if you watch this video and you checked out the game and you liked it, please hit like and leave a comment and hit subscribe for more content like this.